Hello, CMS students and parents. It's Dr. T here, your friendly neighborhood principal. I thought I'd put a face and a voice to some of these directions we're going to be pushing out for distance learning. First and foremost, I hope all of you and your families are safe during this time. Students, I hope you're practicing social distancing. Very important, proper hand washing. Remember that hand washing lesson your science teachers did weeks ago? This is why. Wash those hands, please. Be safe, first and foremost. This is just a quick overview of how we are going to roll out our distance learning program at CMS. It will be a process. Things will change. We just ask for everyone's patience through this process. So when does this start? March 30th, district-wide. And how are we going to deliver this distance learning? It's going to be through Schoology. We know how to use Schoology. We've been using Schoology at grades 5 through 12. The students are comfortable, familiar with Schoology. So that's going to be our delivery mechanism for our distance learning program at CMS while we're going through this time. For students who do not have internet access, so you're not probably watching this now, but if someone's concerned, they know someone doesn't have internet, we will be reaching out to those families. We know who they are. We survey that information at the beginning of the year. We will reach out to those families via phone this upcoming week. Fortunately, almost all of you have internet, so we're good to go there. So, hey, just in case you missed your teachers, I thought I'd throw some pictures up there, remind you what they look like. They have been asking and wanting to find a way to continue your education. It's important to us that this happens. They will be working all week, this upcoming week, and have been working already and preparing for this to get ready for launch on the 30th. I know this group of teachers quite well. I've worked with them for many, many, many years, and I know they're up for this challenge. So what's the basic format of this program? Lessons assignments will be posted daily by 9:55 a.m. Your teachers will be available to you to help throughout the school day. We want you to participate, to practice, and work on assignments as you move along your day. Now we're going to suggest a format to you in the next slide. But if you're a morning person, you like to get all your stuff out of the way, by all means, get it out of the way. If you're an afternoon person, you want to work on your stuff during the afternoon, that's fine as well. But it's important to establish a daily routine now. Everyone needs a daily routine. It's important. You may have gone off that this past week. It's time to get back on track on the 30th. So Mr. Schrag put together this nifty little schedule. And we're going to run a modified 2-hour delay type of schedule for your classes. Again, you're going to be working on things. Your teachers will be available throughout the day, starting 8 a.m. to the end of the day, 3:30. We're going to suggest you kind of follow this schedule for when you're wanting to interact, ask questions with your teachers. So, for example, if you have social studies with Mr. Faith, period 1, and you have a question about something was assigned or a reading, or you want to reach out to Mr. Faith, then 9:55 to 10:32 will be your time slot. It doesn't mean if you have a question later in the day, you're working on something pops up, you can't email Mr. Faith or reach out to him, you can. We're just trying to avoid bombarding the teachers all at one time. So we're trying to divide out the school day so you can ask your questions and have time to ask your questions and interact with your teachers as you move along. Again, this is a work in progress. We may tweak this, but for now, this is where we're going to go with to start the program. So ways to interact with your teachers, your peers, ask questions. First, you have your school-issued email. We ask that you use your school one and you email your teachers with your school-issued email. So school-issued email to your teachers, questions. comments, whatever you want to ask. You also have the message option in Schoology. Excellent option. If you look at the very top of Schoology, to the top right, you'll see a little envelope. You can see an arrow here. That's how you're going to interact via Schoology. I know many of you know how to use that. You interact with your peers via it. I've received many messages from you via Schoology. Please feel free to continue to use that to interact with your peers, to interact with your teachers, to ask questions to me or Mr. Schrag, your guidance counselors. Again, issued email, Schoology message. We also will be exploring other formats. There are a ton out there. Google Chat, Hangouts. We want to see what's most friendly and easier to use for both you and your teachers. So your teachers will be rolling that information out later in this process. The easiest way to get on Schoology, as most of you know because you've been using this from home, will be the little Schoology button at the top of our web page. It says Schoology. There's an app in the Google Play Store, the App Store in Apple, so you can download those apps for your iPhone or your cell phone. Easy to use, get to if you're using your cell phone to access your content. Very important here, if you're having technical problems with Schoology, whatever's going on, our tech department will be on standby and ready to help you out throughout the workday, Monday through Friday. And information will be presented to you on our district website, how to get a hold of tech, how to ask questions, and reach out to them. They're ready and they're willing to help. How do I access Schoology? So many different ways. A PC, a desktop, a Mac, a laptop, a Chromebook, an iPad, and your cell phone. I know many of you already use it. Parents, it's time to get your money's worth out of those cell phones. They could do so much more than Snapchats and TikToks, trust me. So those cell phones will be valuable during this time to access a lot of the content going on in their online learning. Now, we understand not everyone has a device that can get on the internet, or if you only have a cell phone, let's say there's 3 children in the household, they all have cell phones, there's only 1 laptop or no computer, you may want a Chromebook. We are lending out Chromebooks at the school. We are not a one-to-one school, so the devices are limited. We will be using the devices that we use, the used Chromebooks we use in school will be the ones we're going to be lending out, so we obviously need those back. Parents will receive more detailed information on this process, but in general, we'll send information out to you. You'll sign off on, read and sign off an agreement. Basically, if it's broken, stolen, not returned, you're going to have to pay for it. You choose a pickup time, which will be on March 26th or 27th via Sign Up Genius. We'll have times on there and slots. We're going to do this in Canonsburg Middle School bus loop. We will be practicing social distancing, so please do not get out of your vehicle. We will hand the device to you, to your vehicle, whoever's in the vehicle, and you'll drive off. We'll check you off if you have signed up. And we're asking 1 device per family if you need it. If you have devices, please use your own devices. Think about the people who don't have devices. We have to all work together on this. In the end, I ask for everyone's patience as we start this path together. It's like anything in life. If you want something to work, you'll make it work. If you don't, you'll make excuses for it not to work. This will not be an overwhelming process, I promise. We know everyone has been challenged by this situation, so please work with your teachers, and we will work with you. Thank you, and be safe.